Good morning, students. This is MS Tender from GS College of Commerce, Varda. Today we will be discussing the story "The Last Salvation," which is prescribed by RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur, for BCom 4th semester. This story, "The Last Salvation," is written by R.P. Sisodia, and as usual, I first of all tell you about the author or give the introduction of the story or the content, as well as the author or the writer. Today also I will be doing the same. So before going to discuss this story here, I would like to give you some information about this writer R.P. Sisodia. From surname itself we can understand that he must be from India, right? And you are correct if you are thinking so. You are correct that he belongs to our nation. Though an IAS officer, it means he was an IAS officer, right? At the helm of affairs in different departments, Ram Prakash Sisodia. R.P. Sisodia means Ram Prakash Sisodia. It's his full name. On account of his keen observation, minute observation of men and manners, right? Of men and manners means customs and the people, their nature, etc. His stories give us a good insight into the ills, into the bad practices, into the ills prevailing, existing in the contemporary society, in today's society, right? Contemporary society, in today's society. A World Lost and Other Stories is a collection of his famous short stories, and he has published his short stories under the title A World Lost and Other Stories. So this is the book that R.P. Sisodia has published, and it contains so many stories, and this The Last Salvation is also one of those stories. It's really wonderful, it's really beautiful story. You will literally enjoy this story, and it shows us the reality of men and manners, our thinking, the situation of today's society, their thinking level, their thought process, etc. It sheds light on all these dimensions of human existence. The ill treatment meted out to a woman. By her son and daughter-in-law. It is a very burning issue in today's contemporary society, right? To some extent, definitely, I would dare to say this, that we have lost our values, which sometimes existed in our country, at least when we say that we would be going to be a Vishwaguru. So on what foundation? There should be a foundation to build a building, and it was our foundation earlier, in the ancient times, in the medieval era also. But in postmodern times of today, somewhere we are compromising with this foundation, that is value system, right? Though we observe Mother's Day, so many days are observed, so many days are celebrated, but how many of us, including me, right, how many of us realize what our duties are? We are concerned with something in this society. We should not forget that we are the part and parcel of the nation, we are part and parcel of the human society, right? So definitely we should enjoy some certain moments, events. We must celebrate the days like Friendship Day, etc., Mother's Day, etc. But further that, what R.P. Sisodia says, it's really important in today's context, right, to ponder over. And grant a woman a divine status. We worship women in form of goddesses, right? You must have heard so many names, right? Most of them are women. We consider them as the goddess. And in general sense also we say that my mother is my ideal, my sister is my ideal, she is like a goddess for me. So we say sometime like this, right? And we think that well, so to some extent, but when we speak at larger scale, that then we do not find this to be a reality, right? The story depicts divine status, many including close and grant a woman a divine status, meaning including her close relatives, make her life miserable. This is particularly about that woman which shown in this story, which is delineated, right, about whom the information is given in this story. It may be a fictional work, it may be based on the reality, but somewhere it touches, it speaks about today's burning issues, right. This story depicts the plight, P-L-I-G-H-T, pathetic situation, pathetic condition of Moti Bai. Right. Moti Bai is one of the characters, one of the major characters in this story, Moti Bai. So, who is this Moti Bai? Moti Bai is shown as the narrator's mother. I am repeating this for you. Moti Bai is shown as the narrator's mother in this story. The story depicts the plight of Moti Bai and makes us realize our duty towards senior citizens in general and parents in particular. So, before we go to discuss the story, the last salvation, I would like to tell you about some major as well as minor characters which are very important for us, so that we can understand the story in a better manner. First of all, the narrator is there. The narrator means a person who narrates the story. Don't get confused between the narrator and the author. Sisodia is the author. He has written so many stories. Everywhere he cannot claim that it is the account of his personal life. That's why a character is introduced in the story itself, and that character tells us the story. This is called, story within story, right? So, the person who narrates the story in the story itself is called narrator. Okay, that character is called narrator. So, he is shown as a police constable, right? Then, Revari. It is a small village. And it's near to Delhi, the national capital of this country. Then there is Bharti. Bharti is shown as the narrator's wife. I have already told you about Moti Bai, she is the narrator's mother. Then there is another character, that is Babulal. Babulal is Moti Bai's husband. It means narrator's father. Then there is Raghu. Raghu is shown as the narrator's son. Narrators means Bharti and narrator's son. And lastly, you will come across while discussing the story, this character, that is Mohan. Mohan is narrator's childhood friend. So, all these characters are significant or important from the story point of view, so that we can know what happens in their lives, and here especially in the life of the narrator in the village of Revari. Now see, Revari is a sleepy, utterly disorganized town only a few miles away from the capital city of Delhi. So, it is clear from these lines that Revari is a small village. It is not a big town. It is a small village. Rusticity and glamour exist side by side in this town. There are posh bungalows alongside dust-filled roads. While some farmers get ready for work in the agricultural fields, Toyotas and silos ply, come and go with each other to reach Delhi for fixing business deals. Then there is a chunk of middle class people. There is a chunk means a group, right? Chunk of middle class people in this town. They work as clerks, attendants, or as police constables in Delhi. So, in the very first paragraph of this short story, The Last Salvation, we are given information about the village Revari, which is near Delhi, the national capital of our country. It is actually just a village, but some people of that village work as attendants, police constables, clerks. It means, in a nutshell, we can say they are working in the government as well as non-government organizations. as the employees, right? But one point should be noted here that most of the people of Rewari are farmers, right? It is their, you can say, main or chief or principal occupation, right? And their livelihood is dependent on farming only, right? So small and big houses are there. Some bungalows are also there. Some bungalows, big bungalows are there. It means it shows there is a rift in society between the rich and the poor. There are the people who have enough of money, right? We can call them rich. And some people are there who are deprived of all those luxuries which the rich people generally relish or enjoy, right? So they are deprived of so many facilities or even the basic amenities. So you will find this rift is there, and it's because of the financial condition of the people. So we find there two chunks, right? I'm repeating this word. You can use the word in the university examination also while writing the papers. Two chunks of people in the village of Rewari. So this was the information about what? About this village Rewari. Now, next see. One night, this is happening in the life of the narrator, right? And he is narrating this too. One night, what happened? Motibai, the narrator's mother, after a day's hard work, retired to sleep in one corner of her mud-plastered hut on a mat. I write out some words to you. Mud-plastered hut. It means the narrator and his entire family, his mother, father, right, his brother, etc., all these people were living in a small hut. It shows that they were financially very common people. They were not rich, right? They were not rich people. They didn't have bungalow to live in. They had a hut, and that also mud plastered. Mud was used, clay, right? And water, the mixture of this mud was used to plaster that hut, right? It means they were financially very common, or in the easiest way we can say, financially they were poor, right? One night, Motibai, the narrator's mother, after a day's hard work, retired to sleep in the corner of her mud-plastered hut on a mat. And after doing a lot of household chore, she retired. She went to sleep one night. Her baby, the narrator himself, right? Her baby, he was only 6 months. Okay, that time when this incident happened, which I would be telling you about. Okay, that time his age was only 6 months. Her baby, the narrator of 6 months, lay sleeping close to her, and he was sleeping near his mom, his mother, Miss Motibai. Her husband Babulal and her elder son slept on another mat on the opposite side. It was actually a small place, it was a small hut, and all these people were living there. So in one corner these people slept. These people means Motibai and the narrator. He was only 6 months old that time. And in the another corner, Babulal means Motibai's husband and her elder son. Right. It means narrator was younger son. Her husband Babulal and her elder son slept on another mat on the opposite side. Suddenly it started raining heavily. And what happened that night? A horror literally poured down onto these people. Rain started, and it was also heavy rain, right? So it served a kind of obstacle for these people because it was just a hut, and rain started heavily that night. Suddenly it started raining heavily. The tiled roof of the small hut was no match for the heavy buffeting of the rain, and the roof of that hut was not so strong to protect them from, heavy rain, right? The tiled roof of the small hut was no match for the heavy buffeting of the rain, the water started trickling down. The water started trickling down, falling down into the hut through small or big holes which were there in the roof of that hut. Right. The tiled roof of the small hut was no match for the heavy buffeting of the rain. The water started trickling inside the hut from all gaping. Gaping means here open holes in the roof. The young child of 6 months began to cry loudly. See how pathetic condition was there in their life, right? They were living in a very small hut. There were 4 members there, and they had to manage everything in that small hut only. And as it is said that it was just a hut, the roof, the tile roof was also not so strong that was capable of protecting them from all these natural calamities, right? And that's why, because of the small and big holes, the water started falling down in their hut. Now, the narrator was sleeping with his mom. The water started trickling down inside the hut from all the gaping holes in the roof. The young child of 6 months began to cry loudly, and because of that thundering and lightning and sound, the narrator was only 6 months old, started crying loudly. It means this child disturbed the sound sleep. Can I say the word sound sleep? No, of course, right? Because Moti Bai was taking care of that child, 6 months old baby, right? So Moti Bai also got disturbed. And in the beginning, I have told that after doing a lot of work, she had gone to sleep, or she was about to sleep, right? Okay, preparing to sleep. The young child of 6 months began to cry loudly. Moti Bai woke up from her sleep and lit up a small kerosene lamp. So she did this. Okay, she lit up a kerosene lamp. Okay, we cannot even think of electricity in their house. They were to this extent or level. They were common so far as their financial condition was concerned. They didn't have electricity. They had only a small kerosene lamp. So she lit up that lamp. She found a small dry patch. Here, patch means place. Place or corner. Patch means place or corner in the hut. Moti Bai woke up from her sleep and lit up a small kerosene lamp. She found a small dry patch. Patch means corner or a place in the hut. Shifted the mat there. She had small mat also. The rest of the hut was dripping. The rain was dripping inside from all sides. Her husband and Moti Bai lay down beside the baby, giving the warmth of her body to him. She kept shivering. There must be chill in the air, and she was literally shivering because of that chill or because of the cold in the air, right? It's because it was raining heavily. So she herself was shivering, but she took her child, 6 months old baby, to her bosom so that he could get some warmth from herself. So this is what we can say is the love of a mother for her children, right? So we need to understand all these things. Why these details are given in the first part of the story? It's because we should realize our duties towards the elderly people of our family, right? You will come to know the reason of giving all this description in the first part of the story by the writer R.P. Sisodia, because some certain questions are raised in the second part. How we change with the passage of time is given in detail in the second part of this wonderfully written story. So that day, what was happening in their life, what was happening in that small hut, what was happening in the lives of Moti Bai. Right, let's see. Her husband and elder son slept on soundly and mindful of the rain. Moti Bai lay down beside the baby, giving warmth of her body to him. She kept shivering, still happy at having found a dry patch for her child. See, this is the true love of a mother. Right. She was happy. She herself was shivering. Right. But she was happy because she had somehow managed to find a safe place, which was dry patch, dry place in that small hut. For whom? For herself, not of course. For her beloved baby. Here, the narrator. Next, what happened? The next day, Motibai began to clean the hut and plaster it with mud. Now, see, it is really, the point that we should ponder over very seriously. We should think about very seriously is that the household chore is always assigned by customs and by traditions to the women of the house. I am using the word women because most of the times you will find grooming is their duty, cleaning is their duty, making the dishes is their duty, right? Washing the clothes is their duty. So all these works are done by the women. Now I'll speak about particularly one woman, that is generally mother, right? So in most of the households you will see that all these household chores are done by one lady, that is the mother, who is in fact the foundation of that entire house, okay, and she has to do all these things. So the same was happening in the life of Motibai also. The next day Motibai began to clean the hut and plaster it with mud. It's because of all the plaster had washed away due to rain the earlier day. She cooked food and washed clothes. She started doing the household work. She was bound to do that because there was no one else to do that work. She was the only person. I am repeating the word, she was a woman, right? The next day, Motibai began to clean the hut and plaster it with mud. First, second work. She cooked food. Third, washed clothes. Fourth, she developed high fever and cold due to the previous day's drenching. She had got wet in that rain the previous day, right? And this way she developed fever and cold. She was ill in the easy way, in the easiest language. I'm telling you, she was ill. But she was used to working during illness also. But we have holidays. If we are working in the companies, if we are working in the institutions, if we are working in the organizations, if we are the employees, we have holidays, right? We enjoy the holidays by staying at home and going to movies and doing, all these things, enjoy our life this way. But a woman, a mother, she doesn't have any holiday. All the days, throughout her life, she has to face these things, right? So, but she was used to working during illness. Her life knew no holidays or breaks. She grew older day by day. She was advancing in her age. She was becoming older and older day by day. And still, as she was the only woman in that house, I'm using the word house for you now, she had to do all this work. Plastering, washing the clothes, taking care of those children, taking care of her husband, Babula. Next day, even though she had developed fever, even though she was ill, she did all these things. Next, what happened? 40 years later. Now here the episode completely changes. We shift our attention from Motibai's house, that particular scenario in Motibai's hut, to somewhat and after 40 years what happened. So here we are given the information about her life again, but episode here changes drastically. We shift our attention to that side, that point, the dimension. 40 years later, after 40 years, Motibai, now old with age, she had developed wrinkles on her face, on her body, she had become old, she was not able to take care of herself because of advancing age or because of her old age. Now she had become an old woman, an old lady. So what happened now in her life? When we will discuss this in the next episode, in the next recording, in the next e-class, you would come to know the reality, the fact of her life. You must have witnessed all these things in your life also. I might have witnessed all these things in my life also. So who is the victim? And who is this person? Who is that person? Who are those people who make the people victim of this system? I think we all are the culprits. So this is an attempt by R.P. Sisodia to make us realize that we must realize our duties, especially towards the elder ones. So for today this is enough, and in the next lecture we will see the remaining part of this story. Thank you.